Welcome in, welcome in. Type in the chat if you're in here. Let me know the chat's working. What's up, Ed? What's going on? Haven't seen you for a while. Well, I haven't been live for a while either. I'm on a 10-day work stretch, 12-hour shifts. But I just had to get out today after work. So hopefully I can get on some fish for a couple hours. Probably going to stay out here till 10 o'clock. At least that's the plan. Give me enough time to go home, get a shower, and get a good 4 or 5 hours in before I go right back into the work week again. Until Carla says I can just retire. What's up, Nate? I'm just getting started here. Just had to bait up my rods, and then I'm gonna head over to my spot. I already got the skunk off the board, caught 2 bluegills at the dock. Almost had a crappie too. So we'll see where they're at today. I tried to organize some smaller tackle boxes the other day, but we're going to try out my new chrome color. I don't know if I want to do one of the bigger ones to start off with. I am going to do the 4-inchers. I think I'm just going to put a 2-incher on. That new bright silver. We'll see how it goes from there. How you guys been doing? How you been, Ed? How you been, Nate? And of course on the Crappie Man jig. I love these white Crappie Man jig heads. Ooh, sorry guys. I am discombobulated. Welcome in, everybody. Please hit that thumbs up, that like button, that subscribe button as we get into the fishing day. It really helps out within these first 10 minutes. We're going to be rolling with this on the bass rod, the 4-inch silver paddle tail. I'm sure that'll get us a couple today. The water clarity's looking very nice. Very, very nice. Besides the trash in it. I've had a lot going on with last week, doctor's appointment and funeral. Sorry to hear about that, Ed. Hopefully your doctor's appointment went well. But funerals, they're never good. I actually can't do funerals anymore. They send my anxiety level through the roof. But let's get going. Let's start fishing. Ooh, I just had a bite right there. That's a big bug over there. I had to. I've known him for 47 years. Yeah, I had a friend pass away a couple months ago that I knew for over 20. And I couldn't do the funeral. Just couldn't do it. Yeah, it's harder the longer you know them. So glad to finally be out the house. We're not at work. Carla finally let me out of my shackles and chains, you know. The bright side, they got roofing done last. They got your roofing done last Wednesday. Nice. How'd they do? They do a good job. Welcome in, everybody. I like that on that jig head. What do you guys think? Got a little purple, a little chartreuse in that jig head. Usually there's some fish over here. Let's see if we can find it. Good morning, Daniel Benedict. Thank you. We already got the skunk out of the way with one bluegill off camera, but I won't, or two bluegill off camera, but I won't count those. We'll get a fresh start here on the live. Good morning, Caden. Welcome in. Nice and calm morning. Hope you have a great day on the water. Good morning, Mr. R. Your baits look great. Well, I hope I get a pike too. I haven't gotten one this year. I did have a couple muskie hooked so far this year, but they've all gotten off because they've all been on my lighter rods. You know, when I go out targeting them, I usually try to just target them in the cooler temperatures. But every time I've gone out and targeted them, I didn't get them. And then these 4-inch, something about these 4-inch paddle tails, they like hitting them. Good morning, Fishing Fingers Jackson. Welcome in, guys. I know I haven't been live for a while, but I've been working my butt off. I still got like seven days left in this stretch. No, 6. I don't know. I don't even know what day it is anymore. You start working too many in a row. Hey, if you guys haven't checked out Mr. R, which is Peaceful Studio at the Rondinelli Project, we got a cool series going on how to make your own what do you call them? Your own molds for making molds of fish. It's pretty cool. If you guys can go check that out when you get a chance. Good morning, Lydia. Fish replicas, that's what they're called. Yeah, make sure you guys go check out Peaceful Studios fish replica making videos. He had 2 steps up the last time I checked, part 1 and part 2. One was doing the body, part 2 was doing the fins. Pretty interesting, especially if you're creative and like having an artistic side. I wanted to say statues. I don't know why I wanted to say statues. I'm a little tired. I just worked 12 and Only thing I could think of was fishing. I should probably go up towards the deeper water, because I have a feeling the crappies are probably sitting in that 10 to 15 foot range. There were some bluegills at the dock, but there's always bluegills at the dock. We're moving in on that 750 number for subscribers. I'd like to try to hit that today if we can, within a couple hours. So if you're new in here and you enjoy the fishing content, I also do bait making and other silly little things. Hit that subscribe button for me. Other than that, we're just gonna relax and chill out for a couple hours. See if we can get on some bass, some gills, some crappie, maybe a couple catfish. I always seem to catch a channel catfish when I'm here. It's gotten 3 little bites over here. They must not be big enough to even touch. Oh, there's another little bite. They're not swallowing it. They're probably just biting at my little paddle tail. But I got something for them if the little ones just want to play. Ooh, that's Brad. I really do want to rush up to this point. I'm going to throw a few more casts over here, then we'll rush up to this point. I tried making my own stick bait mold with one of those silicone mold making kits. It turned out somewhat okay, but not that great. I haven't tried a silicone one yet. I have stone, and I got a bunch of stone molds, and I got like 4 or 5 aluminum molds that I've been working with. Yeah, it's great to get out here early before the waves start crashing in, especially on a day that's not a weekend day. On the weekends, everybody's off of work and this place gets packed. So I figured if I waited till today, I've only seen there was only 2 other cars in the parking lot, so hopefully it stays that way. Maybe give me a chance to get on a few nice ones before people come in. And they bit my dang tail off. Well, that was like the 15th bite. These small ones just ripped that tail off. I hate to use the harder plastisol because I love the action, and I just remelt down my old baits when they're broken. I guess that's the benefit of making your own baits. Good morning, Creek Seeker. Stinking tail biters, yeah. You'll have that. I thought maybe they'd commit with me going slower, and they're still good. There's one. Oh, nope. Little tail biter. I wish I had some long shank, small jig heads, but nobody makes them with the shanks as long as I want them. There must be a little perch or a little gill down there because he's just nailing this thing. Let's go out this way. It's about 8 feet over on my left and about 4 on my right. I think I'm gonna head up to the spot where it goes from 2 feet, 8 foot on one side, 30 on another. Usually early in the morning, those bass will sit up in the weeds up there. I think that would be our best bet to really get on some decent ones. I'll just kind of toss here and there as we're traveling up. Man, some little bugs are biting me today. I've been watching vids of people making their own glide baits. That might be fun. Yeah, that'd be fun to try. I thought about trying that out too, since I have a sawmill and I cut all my own wood. So I thought maybe of getting maybe a softwood and using all my different saws and my Dremel to cut in some detail. But I want to make a micro grip glide bait, little 2.5, maybe 3 inches. Got blurry. Yeah, this lake it's gonna get blurry. I contemplated on just doing just making some short videos, but I was like, hey, I need the watch hours, and I haven't talked to my people in a minute. That's what I originally told my wife, and then I called her before I got in and said, hey, I am gonna go live. Maybe my people will make me happy today. Good morning, Shelly. There was something bigger that jumped right in front of me. There's a fly that keeps landing on me and biting me. Does not feel good. Oh my gracious, something just bit off my whole dang jig head. That's great. Yeah, it's pretty much to myself right now. There's one other gentleman fishing. We were getting in at the same time. Wished him good luck. I can't believe my jig head. He just, whatever that was, must have had a weak spot in my line. Oh well. Tie on another one real quick. Have you been out, Mr. R? Have you found time through making your replicas? Last time I was at Wilhelm, there was a tournament. No, the water is clear here. Now, a week ago, I went to Tamarack, if you know where that's at, Lake Tamarack, and it was algae bloomed the whole way around. I had about 2 inches of visibility. I tried using dark lures. I tried using bright lures. I tried doing a mix, and I've only caught like 4 fish that day. But no, Lake Arthur looks pretty clear. At the docks, I could see all the way to the bottom, so that was about 5 or 6 feet there. Oh man, I'm struggling with hooks today, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. All hooked up. No, I haven't been fishing lately. So damn hot. Yeah, it's so bad. It's definitely hot out there. I'm already feeling the heat right now, but it still feels cooler than the steel mill. Oh, I can only imagine the time that they take. That's why you see me making a lot of shorts, because I don't have a lot of time. Hot here in Minnesota as well. Has Colby been out fishing? I thought I seen him live the other day while I was at work. I try to stop them, but they've been cracking down on cell phone use, even though I just pretty much put it in my pocket and listen. I think it's supposed to get into the mid-90s today. Come on, I know you're over there. Oh yeah, evening fishing. I've been wanting to get out a couple nights, but now with this 10-day work stretch, I haven't been able to, so. Hopefully the hybrids are still hitting on my next day off. Maybe get some catfishing in too. Would love to trade places today. What's up, Chris Young? Well, you don't want to trade places with me. I just got off a 12-hour shift. And I going out for another 12-hour shift tonight. So trying to get a good 2 to 4 hours of fishing in. Because I need some content and I need some watch hours. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to just full-time fish. Yeah, when I retire, right? but welcome in. If you guys can do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. I am going to give away 10 random bait bags at 1,000 subscribers, and I haven't decided on what else yet. But since I got so many of my own custom lures, I do have another mold on the way also, so I think for all my bait making shows, I'm going to give away 1 bag of baits to whoever comments, and I draw their name. We'll throw them in a hat and draw their name. I can't wait till winter. No, keep that cold away. Spring and fall. I love the spring and fall. That 60 to 70 weather. Everything else can eat it. Thanks for subscribing, Chris. And if you also make content, I'll sub back. I sub back to everybody that I see that also makes content. Yeah, fishy, 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 fishies. They must be able to hear my big mouth today. No ice fish? Well, I've never ice fished before. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try it this year. I watched a lot of Edward's son last year, Edward Lindbaum's son. From Lindbaum, I can't even talk today, angling. I watch Colby a lot, so hopefully I picked up enough lessons and I'm able to do it. I am on blood thinner, so it makes me really cold when I'm out there. There must be a ton of small bluegills in the lake right now, because they are smacking on this bait. I'm gonna head up to the point. It's just right up here, guys. Take me about 3 minutes, not even, maybe 30 seconds. Oh, I see the osprey out fishing. We troll on the ice. Chill and drill. Call that the chill and drill. I'll get my fishing videos going again in this fall. I'll probably do a post-spawn crappie video. I think in the fall is when I usually do best with crappie. I forgot how fast my kayak moves when I'm not fighting waves and wind. I gotta pull out the bass rod first up here. The 4-inch paddle tail. These are big drop-offs with the bait sit on this flat up here. There's usually a weed line also. Let me fish a little deeper. Fishing for bass or anything that's boring. Oh, biting. Yeah, we go back and forth from the ultralight rod to the bass rod. And usually if I catch something that's nice enough, I'll troll it behind me. Or I'll cut it up in the cut bait. I swear I hooked another muskie last year right here on this point. I think I just threw it into those weeds I was talking about. I didn't check before I came out today, Mr. R. But up here by the dam, it gets down to 35 feet, which it's probably a little shallower today. And this lake is so unpredictable because it can go from 10 feet to 2 feet. It's lumpy. I don't know if you've been to Lake Arthur, but it's lumpy. There's a couple deep pockets. I just seen a bunch of bait fish jump right over here on my right. But the average depth, I'd say probably 15 to 16 feet in most spots. You get a couple deeper holes in the 20s. Yeah, great structure. But these fish are also very well fed. There are thousands of alewife in here. Thousands. Oh, I can still see some panfish beds over there. Oh, see? I just went from 10 feet to less than 2 feet right there. Always enjoy seeing the little bass chase the little bait fish around. I think the 2 inch is going to be it today because I definitely see a lot of smaller bait fish over here. Yo, bro, I just got off work, but I wish I was out there doing exactly what you're doing right now. It looks like really relaxing. Yeah, I just got off of work too. I was like, I gotta go fishing. I need some relaxation time. How you doing today, Daryl? Gotta do what I did. Get off of work and just go. I planned it out last night, and I went, hey, if I leave straight after work, I can get an extra 20 minutes of fishing in. I'll probably fish for 3 or 4 hours. Alright, I think I'm getting drifting inwards a little bit too much towards the shallow area. I don't want to be this shallow. A little tired, but I'm okay. What state are you in? I'm in North Carolina. I am in Western Pennsylvania. How's the fishing down there in North Carolina? Ooh, that blue heron scared me. Those birds crack me up. Okeechobee. What's up, SWC? Small water. Come on. Commit, fish, commit. Yikes, these bugs. Go away, bug. We had a good morning yesterday, 19 with a couple big 6-pounders. That's a heck of a day. Vid is, I'll have to check it out. Yeah, it's already started to get hot here. We got a heat wave coming in. I think it's supposed to be 94 or 95 today. So even if I wasn't working, I probably wouldn't be out here all day. And the guys and girls that normally are in my channel, they know I could go for 10 to 12 hours some days on the little kayak. Florida, the state of huge bass. Yeah, they don't know about these Pennsylvania bass, Mr. R. You get a 6-pound bass around here, you're the guy. Especially at a state lake, public lake. The bass and ponds are usually bigger. I'm still too shallow. Making my way out deep, paddle fast. Good morning, Eric. That's another good content creator, Eric B. Make sure you guys check him out. Come on, where's the drop off? I should be able to see it with my eyes today. When you've been looking at weld all night, though, everything looks weird. There's a bait ball ahead of me. I could see all the little ripples in the top of the water. That's where I want to be in that bait ball. See if I can get a little closer. That bait ball is where it's at. Ooh, it scares me every time they do that. They all jump at one time. Ooh, that looked like a catfish. Oh, I just got out here, Eric, but I'm getting bites, but they're just hitting my tail. They're not committing. They're not in a committed relationship with me yet today. Welcome in, Skeeter. Fishing with Skeeter. It's a good thing my work gets out there to grab one before I left. I could stay hydrated out here. I'm gonna go. Got some stuff to do before it gets hot. Good luck, Jighead. Thanks, Ed. Thanks for stopping by. You have a wonderful day. Tell Colby I said hi. Actually, I'll stop by his channel later. I'm sweating. I'm soaked already, guys. Whew. Don't get a heat stroke. Yeah. Ooh, there's a fish, guys. Feels like a bass. There we go. First bass of the day. I knew you'd be under there. There we go. Right under the bait ball. So I knew something kept pushing them up. Damn. On the 4-inch patty. Little fat one. First largie. Not a big one. There we go. Try to create a highlight. It's almost a given. If you can find the little bait fish hitting the top of the water on the ledges, there's usually some bass or something underneath them. Man, he really smelled fishy, that one. Whew. You guys know that hot summer fish smell. Be nice if I can get one of them hybrids. Usually I only catch them at night though. Ooh, I just had a bite. Missed it. If anybody wants to be my fish tracker for today, put one largemouth up, type it in the chat and I'll pin it. Well, I was right to come up here to the drop-off. Ooh, did you guys see that? He went after it, whatever that was. There's everything in this lake, so hard to tell. Thanks, Skeeter. All kind of fish jumping around me right now. Well, at least I know the new chrome color works. It attracts them. Something's still over there messing with them bait fish. I keep working this ledge right here, this deep drop off. Now I just got water in my eye. I do got a new bait mold on the way. It's kind of a little jerk. I don't know what you would call it. Twitch tail. think I went with 3 inches because I don't have many 3-inch baits. I got a lot smaller, I got bigger, but I didn't have any 3-inchers. Well, many, so I think this is going to turn into one of my favorite 3-inch baits. Hopefully. They look good online, and then you never know if they work until you try them out in your area. Man, the water's coming off of my line and it's just going right into my eye. Uh-oh. Drifting into the shallows. Oh, there's a little bit of algae over here. A little bit of an algae bloom over here. Some more still water. There's a plane. Lake Wilhelm is very murky and stained. Yeah, I figured it was. The last time I was, like when I went to Tamarack, I drove over 79, and you could tell from the highway that it was a little murky. It wasn't as bad as Tamarack. Tamarack was terrible. And I love fishing Tamarack, but that's the first time I caught under 10 fish there. I did catch a couple pretty big bluegill there though. The bluegill were a nice size. The crappie were a nice size too. The time before that. Some 11, 12 inchers. Yeah. Even at ice out, it's not clear. Lake Arthur usually gets pretty clear. Like right now, I could probably see my bait for 5 feet. And to me, 5 feet of visibility is pretty good for Western PA. Unless I'm in like a quarry, I don't really see more than that. Oh no, I snapped. I forgot this rod was even out. Forgot what lake I was at. This thing's full of wood. I can't do that. Oh, there we go. There's a stump up here right by the dam that for some reason the muskie and catfish like to hang around in the morning. What's up, Tight Lines Mafia? That's an interesting dam. Is that a... Yeah. Yeah, that's the, down below that is where everybody goes and catches their muskies. There's always the same like 7 muskie down there that everybody goes down and catches over and over again. I've only been down there a few times. It's like fishing in a barrel down there. Yeah, that leads down the, what creek is that? Muddy Creek, I think. I am from Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania. Yeah, it got keep out things all around there. But every once in a while, I sneak around in there. Like they usually don't have the signs up in the spring. They do now in the summertime because of all the boaters and kayakers, you know. But that stump that I like to fish is over here. People fish on those rocks all the time because you can just walk down there. Ooh, it's extra shallow today. Yeah, usually it isn't this shallow. It's probably down 2 feet. Oh, there was a fish that just jumped out there in the middle. I don't see any current. It does drop down to like 35 feet right there. So it's like a great ledge to fish because the big fish trap the bait fish on the side there. And then smallmouth and largemouth like they hang on those rocks in the springtime. But there's a stump right over here that I usually catch a fish on. Must be a lot of weeds right there too. Yep, there's some weeds on the bait. Sheesh, I know you guys can see that. Something's jumping over there and hitting. I just seen 4 or 5 fish jump within here. Maybe the crappie are hanging out right here on the ledge. Something either trying to hit the bait fish up here. I'm hitting my lure. I haven't even got my glasses today. I was just curious. Yeah. Hopefully these are crappie up here. I wouldn't mind catching a few crappie today. Missed it. Something little. These little fish are just toying with me today. Commitment issues. Ooh, that was a little musky. Come on, bite my little baits. Sometimes I think they jump just to look at me. Go, don't bite this. Don't bite this guy. Not this guy again. When I left work, I think it was 75, 78, something like that. It's probably in the 80s now. It's warming up fast. Do you guys not see these little fish jumping? Whatever they are, I can't tell. There's all kind of fish jumping right here. I don't get it. Something messing with the bait fish? Mess with me, I'm an easy target. I can't imagine it getting the fishing picking up any better once it gets warmer. that. That's the third muskie I seen jump right in this section. Welcome in, guys. Thanks for the likes. Already up to 20 likes. Let's try to get to 50 before the end of the day. 50 will make me happy. For those who don't know, I don't fish with any depth finder. I don't fish with any sonar. I don't fish with pretty much anything but memory and fish brain when I'm not on live. I'll use my fish brain to check depths if I'm at a new place. Good morning, Grumpy. What's going on today, Grumpy? You getting any fishing in? I fish tournaments without electronics. Nice little sports matcher. I don't know how to, I've never had them growing up, so I couldn't even tell you how to use them. Just the way I grew up fishing. Which was mostly creeks and river and little quarries. So I never really had a need for any of those growing up. I just started fishing lakes, bigger lakes on my kayak and not on the bank, probably 7-8 years ago. Nah, it's probably been longer than that now. I've got them, don't turn them on, you don't need them. Yeah, I really don't see a need for them unless you're trying to find them out there in the deeper sections during certain times of the year. But for the most part, everybody fishes during spawn times. And if not, they're still usually within 50 feet of the bank. At least around here. If they're not in 5 feet of water, then they're in 15 feet of water. If they're not in 15 feet of water, they're down there in 25-foot pockets, usually suspended. Only used for depth. If I had a boat, I'd probably get a depth finder just to, while I'm running. I thought about getting one on the kayak too, because there's been a couple of times where I'm at new places and I run into a nice sand mound that's not marked. Holy crap, that carp was huge. The carp in these waters are crazy big, and they just chill. They chill in like 2 feet of water. And then you have these little pockets. The cost is ridiculous as well. I like to know the depth, that's it, on a little depth finder. Yeah. I see all the forward facing sonar stuff and where you can watch your jig on the screen and stuff, and I don't know. Just for me, I'm so used to, I like watching nature too much and where I cast. I'd rather just play it out that way. I feel like I probably wouldn't feel like I was in nature too much if I was just screen watching the whole time. Morning, Release to the Grease. If you guys haven't checked out my short video of Release to the Grease's Fu-Uni, the micro ultralight urchin baits, you guys will probably see me using it today at some point. But I picked up 2 colors from them at r2gjigs.com. These are the 2 colors I got from them. The lemon pepper and the white pearl. They work great. I don't got the right hook on for them right now. A good 1/32 ounce jig. One of them smaller side jigs. They seem to work the best for me. Make sure you use one with a bait keeper. Doesn't got to be a big bait keeper, but as long as it got a smaller bait keeper, that thing stayed on there for all day. And the only reason I changed it out that day was because I was trying to catch something different. Our phones are enough screen time, we all know. Even that's too much. Yeah. Yep, you miss all the reasons why we fish doing that. Even like a lot of guys that I know got it, they're not like stuck in it like I see when I watch like some of these tournaments and stuff. Most guys that I know that have it, they use it, they get to the spot, they find them, and then they just fish from there. Both my crafts are over 20 years old. Yeah, I'll look at them, and then I look at my kayak and I go, I already carry enough stuff along with my 6'2", 260 pound body. It's like, do I really want more electrical equipment to carry? And in case you guys didn't know, I put this 12'9" Ascend 128X on top of a 2007 Scion TC. So it's not like I'm putting it on a trailer and just dipping it into the water. Oh yeah, there's a lot of osprey over here. Yeah, I enjoy watching the birds. You guys will see a lot of birds on my channel too. A lot of the herons, the eagles, the ospreys. There's something over here messing with these dang baitfish. He needs to come mess with me. Like, do you guys see these? I don't know if you guys can see the baitfish going crazy over there. Bald eagles, yeah, they definitely made a big comeback. I've noticed a lot more predatory birds around, period, between hawks, seen an owl. I have a shoulder hawk. He stands on our wishing well every morning. So I get off of work, and as I'm pulling in my driveway, he'll fly off. He likes hunting all the trees that I cut down and all the little chipmunks and stuff around there. The baby snakes. There's so many bait fish over here. And I can't understand why they're going so crazy. Maybe I should put on a color that'll stand out. Oh yeah, lots of stuff there. I seen some of those, I like when I see the white egrets. Egrets, are they called? That's the only place I usually see them. Every once in a while I'll catch one lurking around here. But you can see all the herons at Wilhelm. I got bait fish all around me, guys. And I wish I had some cut bait, because I bet you there's some catfish or something down there. Bait fish don't go to the surface unless something's pushing them there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There are a lot of alewives in this lake. I usually cast net for them at night, and they'll stay in the shallows when it's hot out like this. But man, I feel like something's pushing these up. And I've already seen 2 muskie jump. Not that I really want to catch a muskie in this heat. I'll probably just leave them in the net if I do end up hooking one today. I'm just trying to drift into these bait fish and see if I can see anything here. Get a good size on them. Oh, they look small. Oh, yep, they're tiny. I got them to jump. super tiny. That's a baby bass right there. I just had the tiniest bass chase my paddle tail. Oh wow, that's a lot of little bluegills. That's what they are right here. There's like 1,000 of them, guys. Bunch of little bluegills. I don't know if you guys can see my favorite stump. Can you guys see it? Only 2 fish I have left on my bucket list, muskie and sturgeon. Oh, I'd love to catch a sturgeon. That'd be cool. I've never caught a sturgeon. And I haven't caught a muskie in a while. Long time. Very long time. I'd like to catch a, what are they called? Paddlefish. I'd like to catch one of those paddlefish too. And I've never caught a drum. There's only a few places to catch a drum around here that I know of. Caught on something. I can always find a way to get snagged on something. Have you ever fished 2 Mile Lake in Venango? No, I don't believe I have. Freshwater drum, drive up to Lake Erie, you'll catch those humpback bass all day. In the actual lake, or the only thing I could take the kayak in is Prescott Bay usually. Because the lake just looks a little too rough for me all the time. You would like it all species, crystal clear to 30 feet. Holds trout as well, nice. How far is that away? Venango County, 2 Mile Lake. I'll have to check that out, Mr. Owen. Royal City. Oh yeah, so that's about an hour and a half from home for me. I think I got some bluegill colored. I actually think I put them in my tackle box last night before I went to work. That might do well with all these bluegill around. What do you guys think? Should I switch it up to these? I don't know if you guys can even see that bluegill color. I thought I had their yeah, we'll give it a try. If you're not getting fish, change it up. Yep. I've never seen this many small bluegill here. But this year also I haven't caught any hybrids either, so. And I've caught fewer catfish than I used to. But man, there was a ton of bluegill by that stump. Yeah, they definitely had a great spawn, Mr. R. So within a couple years, I bet you the ultralight fishing is going to be tremendous here. Especially since I think they did that what's it called? Panfish enhancement program. I think that's here. It's at a couple lakes now around here. Yeah, the size restriction. All bodies of waters go through cycles. Yeah. Well, usually when there's a lot of bluegill, then the bass get huge. At least what I've seen around here. Yeah, I think the size restriction's 9 inches now. Because I used to like putting on a 6-7 inch bluegill or perch and trolling it from behind. Now I guess I'll have to get my well, I can't even cast net those. I might have to buy a sonar just so I can find the alewife. During the day and cast net them. I don't like putting on 9-10 inch bluegills. No, I switched it up, Skeeter. When they're abundant bait fish, bass tend to be harder to catch. Yeah, the bigger ones usually just kind of chill. But I used to be able to just switch to something more finessey, like what I got on, and they would hit. This lake can be pretty hard at times, just because it gets overfished too. So they've seen just about everything you can throw at them. You know how that goes. Yeah, the hotter it gets, the slower I go. Yeah, the trick is to show them something they haven't seen. I'm actually gonna put them on pincher bug. I'm gonna pincher bug it out for a minute. See if we can't get a couple small ones. Just to feel a little bit of a tug. And you can tell they're finicky just by the way they're just biting the tails of my paddle tail. That and being small. Sandy bottom with a beach, cast 10 feet and 10 feet left or right. Wait for the crash. Yeah, a little bit harder here. Like the boats are starting to come in now. I got 3 boats around me. Doesn't take long here. Even on a, what's today, Monday? Even on a Monday. I'm going to throw the pincher bug out there. I don't know if you guys seen these little micro pincher bug baits that I have. But there they go. Throw that out there for a little bit, catch a couple small ones. Beginning of the year, I was catching crappie after crappie on these. Had a couple smaller lakes. They absolutely loved them. Is today Monday? What's today? Oh dang, my charger's not plugged in. My phone's over here going dead. Can you guys tell that I worked 12-hour night shift last night? I can't even remember to plug in my charger. Tuesday? Today's Tuesday? Ooh, nice. I got a day less of work than I thought. Is this charger even working? My other cord. Well, guys. Ooh, it started charging. Oh, now it stopped. Oh yeah, bass definitely love all the small insects, and people get so surprised when they see me catch 3 or 4 pound bass on small bug baits, or my 2-inch Hellgrammites. I use a 2-inch Hellgrammite too, but I wore bass out with those last year. I think they just got so used to them now. That's all I used to fish with as a kid, was corn and bread balls. Used to catch trout after trout on bread balls. There we go. There's a perch. We found the perch. Yeah, they love that little thing. I gotta get this charger going. Okay, it's charging now. There's some little fish down here toying with me. Well, everything's probably feeding on those little bluegill and all these little insects over here, because I'm getting bit pretty good now. There's another one. What do we got? Oh, nope, got off. He is tiny. Oh yeah, I love perch. That's about one of the only fish that I'll keep anymore. But good luck finding them in here over 9 inches now. I might have caught one over 10 inches last year, and maybe a handful of 9-10 inches. So I said, "Oh, there's another fish." So I'm just trying not to even keep them for the next couple of years. There's a bluegill. Glad I found you, Jones. I sub. Thanks, Salty. I'll definitely sub back if you comment on one of my shorts, or if your channel's set to public. I don't know if you make some fishing content as well. Trout, walleye, and perch, yeah. Well, since they have this panfish enhancement program here, so you can't keep any bluegills or anything or use them as bait if they're under 9 inches. So that basically throws out for anything, really. But there's another gill. One after another now. They love this bait. I just don't use it all the time because the size of the fish. You really don't get any size to them. I hit you back 100%. Spot, I appreciate you. I make content but haven't started lives yet. It's all shorts. That's cool. I watch it all. I watch ask Mr. R, I watch long form videos. I watch all kind of fishing content all day long. Most of the guys you see in here also make content. We all kind of support each other. That's one good thing about the fishing YouTube community. Usually when we're not fishing, we're watching one another. I'm the same way. They definitely are liking this micro stuff. I keep getting bit, but the smaller ones are taking it before the bigger ones can even look at it. I'm starting to get into real shallow stuff right here. Every once in a while they'll sit over here in these reeds. Figure out a way to turn around without getting stuck. It's the only thing about having a trolling motor. It's great, but you can't get into some of them sections to find those deeper holes through the shallow water. There's so many little bluegill. Well, that explains why my bass bite hasn't been as good this year here. That and been a lot of tournaments lately. See, that would have been perfect bait size. I like them right here at this size. You throw them on there, you get bigger bass all the time. Look at that little guy. Lake Lanier spotted, best spotted bass. Yeah, I've heard of Lake Lanier. Why does it say your message was retracted? They should all support. I can't type today. I can't type any day. You know how many times I comment on somebody's video or short, and then I read it back after I already hit send, and I'm like, crap, I gotta go edit it. Oh, I see some old beds. A lot of beds down there. One of these years when I get rich enough, I'm just going to buy a license in every state and go state to state. trying out the best lakes. I'll check your content out, guys. Got to do some repairs. I'll be back if you're still alive. Well, if I'm not still alive, thanks for stopping by, Salty Salvatore. And I'll definitely stop by your channel later. What's up, Fishing with Rivers? How you doing, my guy? So we got one bass, what was that, 3 bluegill and a perch today so far. Living the dream, baby, living the dream. That's right. That's one of my things. I caught at least one fish in like 17 states. Check in with you later. Have some editing to do. Yeah, you got some editing to do because I need part 3, Mr. R. For anybody new in the chat, make sure you guys check out Peacefield Studio. He has a great series going on about fish replicas and how to make them. What's up, Alfonso? No part 3 until my gel coat comes in. Oh. Northwest PA, Firewood. What part of the lake? I'm by McDaniels. You fish here a lot, Northwest? No, the island's to my right.
Doing any good?
Just a couple small ones. How about you? Really? I see like 1,000 small bluegills.
Oh, yeah.
I caught a small bass, like 4 bluegill and a 7-inch perch.
I mean, there's fish all over the place. I just can't get it to bite.
A lot of pressure here. Yeah, lately I have been. Have you had any luck, Northwest? Has a shelf life, that's what I'm waiting on. I have to order it. No one carries it around here. Yeah, that sucks when you gotta order things and wait for them to come in. That guy has his sonar out. He said you can see fish everywhere, they're just not biting. He probably sees all those small bluegills. Caught 6 walleye trolling. Nice. Where were you trolling? Over by the island? In between the island and the I don't want to call it a creek. The channel. I don't know what you would call that. That's where I normally hit the walleye over there. The service is just terrible over there. But I'm thinking about venturing over there. A lot of small bass right there. Talking 2 inches. Yeah, close to the island at some point. Don't worry, part 3 will be out at some point. Yeah, that's the island over there. I usually, if I catch walleye, it's in that run usually right there. Or on the other side, heading up the, right before the channel, in that deep area. Was it in the afternoon or early in the morning? Afternoon around 4 or 5, yeah. If I didn't have to be at work at 6 today. You ever hybrid striper fish out here at night? Limited out on crappie in 2 hours a few weeks ago. Any good ones? They've been mostly small for me this year here. But I haven't been here in a couple months. Just because I fished it so much last year. And I wanted to try out a couple, I wanted to try out a bunch of new places this year. But this is only like 25 minutes from home. So it's usually easy just to come on in and try my luck out. I got in a spot, I was pulling 11, 12 inch crappie out every time. Nice. Were they deep or were they still shallow? I want to go over to my favorite spot, but I don't know if my service is going to allow it. Above brush, out about 40 yards from edge, was bobber fishing 4 feet down from bobber. Nice. Yeah, the people are starting to come out now. What's up, Ronyo? One of my other favorite YouTubers. I got a lot of favorite YouTubers, guys. And I shout them all out. Oh man, I just set the hook on a log. Well, Ronyo, you brought me luck. A tree pounder. Oh man. I think every time Ronyo comes in the chat, I either get a fish or a tree. Oh yeah, it's nice and calm here in the mornings. Just about every day. At least on this, I should say, at least on this side of the lake. If anyone here wants to see Lake Lanier, a good channel to watch is Money Bass. Oh, I watch Money Bass. There's another gill. There's bluegill number 5. One perch, 5 bluegill, and a bass so far. Come on, my guy. There we go. On the little pincher bug. I'm still trying to win that 100. Yeah, I catch money bass every now and then. I'm not a regular, just because I got too many guys to regularly watch between Ronyo and Mr. R and Josie J, Colby, Crappy Man Jigs, and Release to the Grease. I watch a lot of guys. Jackson, Webb, Fishy Things, Skipjack Cindy. Yeah, it's almost impossible. Thanks for the update, Ronyo. Yeah, it's so hard to keep up with everybody, but I feel as long as I can catch a video a live stream every week to help them out. And if somebody's already monetized, then I try to go to a person that I know is trying to get monetized. They're trying to get their subscribers up. I'm hoping to hit that 1K mark by the end of the summer. That'll be nice. I do go on vacation, lake cabin with the family. I'll probably live stream most of that for a whole week. So I'm thinking about doing a 24-hour challenge, 2 12-hour live streams back to back. Since I'll be right there next to the lake, I think that would be pretty cool. I also like watching Jimmy's Adventures. He's pretty big now too. there's anything underneath this big stump. Might be too shallow now. Thanks for the sub, Justin. Latin Bass Assassin. Never watched Latin Bass Assassin, but I definitely watch Money Bass. Ooh, missed a good bite there. That was a good bite, and I missed it. Sometimes these small hooks. That definitely felt like a solid fish too. Or should I say a more solid bluegill, probably. I just shared you on my page. Hey, thanks, Ron. There's another gill. Oh, he got off. What is it with these gills barely biting, barely hanging on? Real finicky, even with the 1.2 inch bait. Or is this 1.5 inch? Forgot I had a rod behind me, guys. I think it's time to tap into that energy drink in a water. Bass Assassin is on Lake Guntersville. I've heard of that lake too. Make sure you guys are all subbed up to each other. I'm seeing a lot of our content creators in here. Ronyo, SWC. I'm sure most of you guys are already, but sub up to each other. If anybody needs a moderator, I think most of you guys been in here before. Where's Lake Guntersville at? I'm in the warehouse today, so I won't be able to update every catch. We did good yesterday morning. 19. Heck yeah. Let's go. I'd like to catch 19 of anything today. Two over 6 pounds, not bad. Not bad at all. I haven't seen anything 6 pounds since I caught my couple catfish a couple weeks ago. It's been tough here in western Pennsylvania in the heat. Yeah, Guntersville, Alabama. I was about to say Indiana, but alright, I'm gonna troll over into this other area that I love. Hopefully there's some more over there. I thought I lost the rod, and it's in front of me. Tough here as well, but we had cloud cover till 11 a.m. They bit later in the morning. Well, I'd love to get a late bite. I've been here since like 7:30, somewhere around there. Come on, turn, kayak, turn. Anybody know if want to see my rod is live today? I haven't checked him out in a couple days either. Man, I've been slacking with this work schedule. Florida bass is not like us. They like the 100-degree sun and water. Not up here. I got all kind of big fish jumping in front of me, but I think they're carp. I'll check it out in a bit. I probably forgot CRS syndrome. Come on, here, fisher, fisher, fisher. You guys hear that little propeller playing? cracked me up. Come on, Charger. Help a brother out, Charger. Charger, charge. Ugh. Okay, here we go. A lot of carp in the shallows. Yeah, carp must, yeah, I think they're spawning. I haven't seen them splashing around. They're in the shallows. It's the one thing I can see because they're so big. Come on, fishies. Really shallow water. That's how shallow I am. Trying to get this charger to stay and fish at the same time. There's another one. Another little perch. He's a tiny guy. Ooh, he almost cut me. Almost cut me, buddy. Almost cut me that time. Yeah. Yeah, that's the size that I would usually hook up here. I was doing it all a couple years ago. That's what I would do. I would troll one of those. And this is another cane. I'd troll two of these off the back while I fished with my ultralight for bigger crappie and bigger bluegill and bigger perch. And I would just catch them one after another. That's a bass chicken wing. I thought they were fishing. Oh, look at that. I set my fishing pole down for 1 second. There's another perch. What's up, Daniel? How you doing today, Daniel? Well, These perch are actually looking healthier this year. I'm not seeing any of those little black parasites that they normally get. Maybe not as many people are fishing for them either, since it has that they have that program now. I've always done good catching them right here in this spot. There's another gill. Don't zoom in too much. This is a family channel. Look at that. Look at that little bronze bluegill. I don't see too many of them bronze around here. There's a lot of new weed growth right here, and they're just hanging out in it. I'm just throwing it right over the edge, dropping it into the empty spots. They love these little bugs. Ooh, almost caught myself. There's so many right here. They're not committing. Dang, my battery will not charge. Let me try to flip it. Come on. Charge for me. I'm at 8%, guys. My phone's pretty much saying no to this charger. There we go. Another perch. Yeah, the size ain't getting any bigger. Man, pretty colors on that one. Beautiful. What is that, a snake or a turtle watching me? Hello, little snaky snake. Little snaky snake. That might be the smallest one today, guys. What do you think? Hilarious. Only me on YouTube catching 2-inch size fish. Pulling them out one after another now. They just don't got any size. Yeah, hungry little guys. They're biting over here. They weren't biting over on the other side. I think they feel a little bit more comfortable in all these weeds. Sandy spot and weeds. There's a weed line right out here. Usually this is where I catch some walleye too. I gotta try to figure out this charger, guys, or we're gonna be done for today. Maybe if I stick the other side in. That might work as long as I don't move it. Kind of hard not to move it in a kayak though. Dang, it's 10 o'clock already. Oh, too shallow. Oh, there's a fish, guys. I can tell. He's a little bigger. On our way up. They're getting bigger. We have walleye in Lanier, Lake Lanier. I've caught was 5 pounds. One of my bigger walleyes on this channel was 5 pounds. I think it's actually my top short. That was back when I first started the channel. It was actually here, right over by the eye to my left. Caught in a stub there. My biggest walleye ever was 30 inches long. I didn't get a weight on it. Wow. Is that a smallie? Oh. There's a smallmouth bass riding along with this perch. But the perch snagged it right in front of him. Little guys. It was bass fishing, caught it on a jerkbait. Most people don't know walleye in Georgia. There's not a lot of walleye in Georgia. That's one thing that's plentiful in Pennsylvania. I'm getting bit all over the place. What's the update? Oh, I don't know. I just caught like 10 fish. a bunch of perch and a bunch of perch and a bunch of little bluegill. I bet on this right now. Since you wasn't here, I didn't even keep the tracker. But I really did just catch like 5 perch and maybe 4 more bluegill. I know, right? Where's Josie and Carla and Denise and all my fish keepers? It's okay. I'll go back through this live later at work. Or I'll have AI do it. They might be able to do it since it's not as late. Update running faster than the national debt. Dang, that thing must be blazing. Oops. I gotta at least hit my corner up. Bet she comes in now. We talking about her. She's still sleeping probably. She'll yell at me later and say, "Hey, why didn't you tell me you were going live?" Kingfisher. Josie J. fishies. Where you at today? Where's the bigger guys at? We finally ever get no wind like this. We hardly ever get no wind like this. Yeah. Only when it's extremely hot. Trust me, you can ask Ranyo. I'm usually getting tossed around the lake. We got lucky today. High is only 77. Last week it was mid 90s. Yeah, we're supposed to be in the mid 90s all week. I'm hoping to do a live every couple days after work since I'm on this big stretch. But it just all depends on how tired I am and how busy I am at work. We had a couple saws down, so I wasn't as busy the last couple days. Doesn't happen too often. Did I really just toss that into the top of a tree? Got it out. Tangled my line, but I got my jig out. My phone in the water. Surface 1092. Gracious. This water's probably 75 right now. Won a tournament when it was 92 last week, and biggest bass was in 3 feet of water. Well, I'm sitting about 3 feet of water right now, so give me some luck. Some of my biggest fish have came out of the super shallow water. Let's finish up the day with a Hellgramite. Let's go to the black and white. Half and half. I call this the Beetlejuice. Got the chartreuse jig head with the 2-inch Hellgramite. Black and white. Ooh, what the heck was that? That looked at it as soon as I dipped it in the water. And some of you do night tournaments, 6 to midnight. You see, yeah, that'd be great. I've never fished any tournaments here. Snagged up. Yep, 3-pounder. Dang thing was moving through the water funny. Almost broke it in half. No boat traffic in the lock cooler. Yeah. I gotta put my lights back on my kayak before I go on a vacation. That way I can take it out at night. But I don't have I got one light knocked off and my back light, it's not even hooked up. The water's calm at night too, usually around here. Usually something over here. Yeah, bugs. Especially with a light on. I love fishing here at night. Bring out the cast net. My son, if you guys see my shorts, my son takes his dip net and catches all the little bait fish he can. No, it's not up to date, Skeeter. I caught probably 8 more perch and bluegill. But I don't remember the number. I'm only going to be out for probably another 20 minutes. I got to work at 6 o'clock and I definitely need to get at least a little bit of sleep. Yeah, Justin, I got a bunch of perch and bluegill that didn't get counted. I'll go back later. I really only keep that count so I can add it up at the end of the year. I think last year I was over 3,000 total fish. Oh yeah, I like the drop rate on that with the smaller jig head. That makes it a lot slower. More natural. Average about 10 a day with 3,000 in a year. Yeah. Well, I was fishing probably 3 or 4 times a week and getting 20 to, I think my biggest day last year was 116 fish. That was opening day of trout season. Yeah, they just don't seem to want to bite anything besides that bug bait that I was throwing. I should go back over to that side. I was nailing them over there on that weed line. Yeah, we'll go back over there. It just seems like they're in the more moving water areas today. fished a curly-tailed worm today. I'm a serious tournament fisherman, but I do like this kind of fishing. Way more relaxing. Tournament fishing can kind of job if you let it. Yeah. I mostly enjoy ultralight fishing, or I do some cat fishing and stuff, some bass fishing. But most of the time, you guys will see me with my ultralight in my hand. Today, you guys see me catch some smaller stuff, but this lake gets so high pressure during the weekend. Everybody comes here, but it's the closest lake to me to try to go to after work. I thought about maybe walking the creek if you guys are interested in watching me do some creek fishing. I took 2 years off and got back to trout fishing. I got burnt out. Yeah, tournament scene. I like to switch it up all the time. That's why you guys will see me with all different kinds of rods and go from my ultralight to live bait trolling to anything I can do in the kayak, basically. Sometimes I'll just sit in one spot, throw anchor, and wait for cats. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's anything over in this corner today. Nice. What's your main go-to? What's your favorite? What's your favorite bait? Lure? I usually find the heavy weeds, but they must have sprayed or something, because I'm not seeing the heavy weeding that would usually just pitch my jigs in. I did bring some jigs, but I think they want everything slow right now, and low and slow. Yeah, half-ounce jig. I usually use a 3/8 for the most part. Like if I'm just bass fishing. But most of the time, as you guys see, like I'm on like micro and finesse setups. Not that I don't like throwing the other stuff, but when you work in the mills for 20 years, it's just a lot easier on your body to throw lighter stuff for hours. Skipping docks. Yeah, this lake really doesn't have a lot of docks. Might got 7 on this side. And then the marinas, they usually like they put up the signs and they don't want you fishing them. And so when I'm skipping docks, it's at this lake, usually in April, May. Only because that's the only time that there's no boats really still. Love that name, Release to the Grease. We do the same, catch and release to the grease. Well, if you love that name, make sure you go check out r2gjigs.com. Since I make my own baits for the most part, I don't order too many from too many people unless it's smaller content creators like Release. Well, should I say just regular people in general? I'd rather order them off content creators on YouTube and stuff than give the big chains. I do still use some of the big chain stuff that I really like. Like I love Berkley Power Nymphs during trout season. That's like one of my go-tos. Channel cats, but I'm not picky bass, crappie, panfish. Yeah, I'm the same way. Whatever wants to bite to feed my addiction. If it swims, I try to catch it. Remind me not to swim next to you. How come every time I get a good bite? And occasionally some trout. They stock the creeks around here. Thanks. Release, y'all may have seen me around. on me and my buddy's channel, Hickland County Outdoors. I'm in a lot of lives. I seen you on the Rooster Tails Outdoors before in somebody's live. Can't remember whose live it was, but I've seen that name before. Michael Phelps was a good fight. Man, you're funny. Michael Phelps. What you doing today, Release? Good morning.
You catching anything?
Oh, a bunch of small ones. That's it today.
Yeah, but you're having fun.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Today and the water is so smooth.
Yes. I love it when it's like this.
Enjoy.
You too. Where in Tennessee? You're the only 10 I see. If only my wife thought that. Your wife and my wife must be related then. Not far from me. I used to fish the steam plant out that way a bunch. How is that even possible? I'm really good at tangling things. Here, little fishies. Jighead Jones, that's the name. Gainesville. I fish lots of West Point. Come on, there's another drop off over here. It's hanging on it. Right at the edge of the weeds. Stop charging. Phone got too hot. Well, there goes the wind. It's only a matter of time. Come on, phone, cool down. My wife said you might as well stream if you're going. Yeah. Yep. That's how I looked at it too. Well, I think I'm going to hit these two docks down here and see if anything's under them. If there's nothing under them, I'm probably going to troll back to the dock since my phone's only at 9%. And I can't get it to charge. Oh, I gotta charge it again. But for how long, who knows? I always forget something. See you, Rania. I'll probably hop in one of you guys' stream, whatever stream you guys head to, while I'm on my way driving home. Said you're going to see Money Bath. Maybe I'll hop in there. I haven't been in there in a while. I'm having fun getting snacked today. Should have Texas rigged one of the pools today, but I wasn't sure where I was gonna go. Well, that shade feels nice. Yeah, same here. Ooh. Of course I get a bite, but it's small. There's some rope over here. Since it was a small bite, let me see if I can entice them with this little. Ooh, I have them too. Feels like a little bluegill. Look, he's taking it and just running away with the tail. I use fish brain. I like fish brain just for its. There's the little sucker. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I like fish brain just because of the map. It makes it easier for me to find new fishing spots. And I follow like Want to See My Rod. A few content creators from YouTube on there. I'm like sitting in the tree right now. Fish brain does if you want the catch, the exact, I think it's the exact catch locations and the depth chart. So I pretty much only subscribe to it when I need to figure out a new place. Topo Maps? I'll have to check that one out. Does that one cost? What's Topo Maps? Topographical. Is that a turtle? It looks like a turtle. Oh, whatever it was, it just left. Probably a carp. I'm 49 now, but starting fish tournaments since 19. I'm 39. I'll be 40 this year. Grown man status. And I got another. Oh, and the wife's about to have another kid at 41. We thought we were done. I keep saying I'm gonna get a boat, and then I'm like, I love being able to get into places with my kayak. Yeah, boats are money sink. I also like just being able to charge my trolling, my battery, and have my trolling motor getting in any lake. Little thing, little guy. It's just a little guy. They can be. Also, most of the lakes around here in western Pennsylvania, you have a 10 or a 20 horsepower limit. So it's not like if I get anything, it'd probably be just a small pontoon. Probably not even a fishing boat. Probably just a small pontoon or something that I could take the family out on. Something I could fit my dogs in to bring out with me too would be nice. I have 2 English Mastiffs, a Great Dane, and a Daniff. Yeah, and even for the unmotorized places, I can just take off the trolling motor. You're about 95% over the limit. There's a couple lakes that are unlimited, but most of those are still small lakes and you really don't want to fish them. Alright, I better start trolling back. I have a 14-foot canoe outriggers. I made myself in a roof rack. I can fish pretty much any inland lake I want. Wouldn't dare take it out on Erie though. Heck no. I take this out on Presque Bay. And that's only on the days that I know it's not going to be wild. We don't have any limits. In Tennessee, just the wildlife management lakes. Most of them, no motor, just trolling motors. Yeah, we have it, all different kinds, depending on the lake. But the ones that are unlimited and they're small, they're small. If there's no like little coves or anything in the back end, on the little kayak, get tossed around by speedboat wakes and jet ski wakes and wake boats. It gets a little tedious at times. Wish I could go fishing. I don't have a license anymore because I used to be a bad boy. Makes it hard to get out there. Man, this wind is starting. Next time I can't forget my connector so I can use my actual mic, because I know this mic sounds like crap. This is just my earbud. Tournament fishing, that's why you have to have at least a 19-foot boat, because we don't get to choose the weather. Yeah. I thought about getting on some of those like online kayak tournaments and stuff. Sometimes I have amazing days, and then some days it's just like today. I probably still caught 20 fish, but it was all, you know what I mean. I'm gonna have tan lines from my socks. I just like the competition. I'm too old small for sports anymore. I hear you there. I ran track and field, was a national high jump champion for D3, 7-foot high jumper. Won a lot of high school medals, and a couple inches away from the Olympics, Olympic trials. If I could have afforded school past my freshman year, then I would have probably been a 6 or 7-time national champion, but life happens. But I'm competitive too, in ways, still. I tell people all the time, tournament fishing is a great way to learn how to lose. Yeah. It's almost luck of the draw. If you find them, you win. Still play softball. I used to play in the softball tournaments around here with a couple co-workers and stuff, until one day I was probably 30 feet away from the fence. I'm playing right field, and I take off running. I took like 3 steps. Nobody yelled fence. Well, I looked at the fence, and I thought I was far away. I went to go grab the ball. Man, I didn't realize I was that close to the fence. Smacked it running full speed. Had to get like 6 stitches in my lip. It's not luck, but it is time on the water. Yeah, there's a little bit of luck involved too. Lucky that fish ate breakfast. say I made it eat. Heck yeah. Well, guys, I'm about to the dock. And I'm tired, as you can see, my eyes are barely open. That's what happens when you work all night and try to go fishing. I'm hoping to go live probably not tomorrow, but the next day. Tomorrow's supposed to be really hot. But I might get out and hit a quarry. Or maybe you guys can come along and walk the creek with me. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a pole up. But thanks for joining me in today. Yeah, I'm so tired. I welded all night and ran crane and was in a grinder. Yeah, so I'm tired. I'm gonna go get 5 hours, probably 4 hours of sleep by the time I get home, and hopefully wake up for work. But thanks for stopping in and watching me today. Thanks for subscribing to all the new people. I'll catch you guys probably in 2 days. But keep an eye out for some shorts. I might do some more shorts this week. But see you guys.